Jester King Funkin' Sour 2021. We're having a lot of fun out here with Roughhouse Brewing. We made some smoked lamb. We made a raspberry barley salad to pair with these beers. One is a Shaky Graves. It's a cocoa and coffee beer. It has coffee from Cosmic, which is where we're located. You guys know that. And it also has they have a berry beer here. There's a raspberry sour, and we have a barley and raspberry salad to go with that. So this is what we've got. Beautiful raspberry barley salad. We got some feta to go on top. We got some arugula and parsley, and then this is our pulled smoked lamb mixed with our demi. We're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. We're gonna drink a lot of beer and eat some food. For the raspberry barley salad, I went out to Roughhouse Brewing. I met Davey and the guys, and they actually gave me some of the barley that they brew, that they use for their beer. And I cooked it in some water, and I strained it out, and I cooled it down, and then I added some red wine vinegar, some oil, some chopped up pickled carrots, pickled cucumbers, some other kind of pickles we had lying around, and then we pickled those raspberries, and we had fresh raspberries, and we folded those in after the salad was all good. So we had that kind of sweetness, that brightness, and the kind of heartiness of the grain to go really well with the berry beer. This berry beer was so fruity, so rich, so delicious, and the kind of grain and the berries themselves really complemented it. It was really good. So Jester King Funkin' Sour is a really cool Austin industry event every single year. One of the most famous breweries in Austin, Jester King. They do wild fermented farmhouse ales. Everything's really good over there. Their branding is fantastic. The beers are all funky. They're all kind of sour. So that's why they do this Funkin' Sour event. They have other breweries in Austin bring other kind of funky beers or sour or kind of wild fermented or just kind of stuff that's a little outside the box as far as beer goes, and they pair them up with different restaurants, and they keep it nice and small, about 300 people, and it's really just one of the best food events of the year. Obviously we haven't had it the past couple years, but we were all pretty happy to get out there and drink some funkin' sour beers and just kind of have a good time. So that was some sliced lamb leg. We also saw the pulled lamb earlier. We also had a different sliced lamb leg. So that was some cross-cut steaks, and we also got a full lamb leg that we sliced up. I wasn't sure that we had enough meat, so I had to go to Central Market to get some extra meat for it. I'm just going to give you guys a quick rundown of the processes behind our dishes here. So for the lamb, we did a rub that had coffee, instant coffee in it. Instant coffee is one of my favorite things to use for rubs that have coffee in it. Instead of coffee grounds, you know, like the coffee grounds are never going to really fully break down. They'll always be a little bit gritty. Yeah, they might taste like better, like good coffee than just plain old instant coffee. But if you're just going to have a little bit of that coffee flavor, I think using the instant coffee, making it kind of dissolve into the meat, into the rub, it works a little bit better in my opinion. We also use some cocoa powder in there, and it's got some different chilies and stuff too. The sauce we're putting on this is a lamb demi. So we got a lamb in a couple weeks prior to this event, broke it all down, made some sausage, did some other stuff with it, pulled lamb on the food truck. Then we took all the bones, we smoked those, we made a stock, and then we reduced it to a demi-glace. Then I added some of the Shaky Graves beer to it, reduced it even more, mounted it with some butter, and then there we had that lamb demi-glace. So this is the sliced lamb leg. We put the same rub, coffee, cocoa, chili rub on the pulled lamb shoulder, the cross-cut lamb steaks, and then also this sliced lamb leg. Okay, we're here with Davey, what's your last name?
Pasternak.
Davey Pasternak, Roughhouse Brewing. It's technically San Marcos, but very close to Wimberley, Texas. Tell me about Roughhouse. Tell me about You and your brother working together. A little tiny bit of background. Tell me about the beers we brought and what you guys do over at Roughhouse.
Yeah, so we're brewing on our 50-acre property out between San Marcos and Wimberley. We do all foeder fermented beers, so all of our beers fermented in oak. We rely a lot on the native microflora that lives around us for the yeast, using a lot of Texas ingredients, Texas barley grown up in the panhandle. Use as much Texas fruit as we can. This beer in particular that we're brewing is, or drinking right now, is our second release of our Cave Beer series. That's going to be a heavily raspberry fruited edition, and is spontaneously fermented in a Texas natural limestone cave on the property.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hold on, this is the one that's buried, right? Boom, right here.
That's it.
What else we've got here? Shaky Grapes.
Yeah, so this is also second beer we have today is going to be the collaboration between us and the band Shaky Graves. It's basically a Russian Imperial Stout fermented with our yeast culture, but with cocoa nibs, organic cocoa nibs, and then coffee from Cosmic Coffee in Austin.
Beautiful. You guys already know about Cosmic Coffee. All right. Well, thanks for pouring beer next to us.
Hell yeah, man.
All night.
Thanks for
giving us
food.
as much beer as we want. Thanks for the... I mean, honestly, the ideas were theirs about the food, so I can't take any credit on this one.
Oh, man. This is awesome.
Cheers.
Great night. Cheers.
Yeah. Last but not least, over here we have some bites from Spread & Co. You may remember our friends Austin and Rosemary Ewald from the Pitmaster Potluck. We also were kind enough to be in the presence of Interstellar Barbecue, #2 on Texas Monthly's list. And we got this really delicious PB&J pork belly bite, as well as this really good squash soup from these guys. So talented, so delicious, always coming up with really cool stuff. We absolutely love Interstellar Barbecue. Thanks, and have a great day, guys.